So I have a Braun model 4073, type 4073. It's about 30 years old. It's been a great coffee maker. It's worked the whole time. I've had a problem about 25 years ago with it, but we resolved it. To take the bottom off the coffee maker, you unscrew 2 screws, and then there's screwdriver tabs. Your screwdriver blade goes down inside there, and it rests inside that little slot where the hook is, and you just tilt it over and it pulls that hook off the side so you can take the bottom off and get access to the electronics. So the reason I did this is that my coffee didn't get made this morning. The heating system didn't turn on. I don't know why. So I opened up the bottom to try to figure it out using an ohm meter and to look for both continuity and resistance. So this is the heating circuit board here, and so I thought maybe the board was going bad because I noticed how black the circuit board is behind here. That means this area's gotten very hot. So something might be going on there that's wrong. If you notice, this connection here is off. That's this gray wire here. It's normally plugged into there. Yeah, I pulled that off though so I could measure continuity and make sure that I didn't get any kind of false readings. That gray wire leads to a thermistor. This device right here. That's not a thermistor. That's a thermal fuse. And normally this white piece is down and over this whole assembly, so it's all kind of insulated and covered, and then it's pinched right into that. The fuse itself is clamped right in there, so it's against the aluminum to be able to measure the heat correctly. This is your thermistor that measures the temperature and turns the heat on and off. This is working fine. I measured continuity across each end of it, and it was good. I measured the continuity and resistance across all these diodes and resistors, and they all gave me values. I don't know if the values were right or not, but they gave me values nonetheless. And then finally I checked the thermal fuse, and this should have continuity too. You should be able to get voltage across this. That was dead. So I know that the problem is my thermal fuse, so I need to replace that. Those are roughly about $5 or so if I can find that particular model. I'm a bit concerned because the way it was put on by Braun back in, well, 30 years ago, back in the early 80s, was through probably a high voltage sort of technology that doesn't heat this up. With thermal fuses, you don't want it to get the fuse itself to get very hot by soldering, because it'll wreck it, of course. It'll burn it out. So you got to put a heat sink on the wire and have a very hot soldering iron and solder fast. So I might have a trouble doing there. And then on this side, it looks like it's a pinch connection. So I don't know how I'm going to fix that because I don't have a tool or anything to take that apart. But I'll figure it out. Either that or this is 30 years old, so I may just go buy a new one. In any case, that's all.